May the coffee and Wi-Fi be strong, said one of our Verve members recently about the realities of working from home in lockdown. With an unprecedented number of Australians setting up office at home, this week let's talk about the new method of claiming work from home expenses during COVID-19. How does it exactly work? The following is general advice only and doesn't take into account your personal financial situation. As always, we recommend you seeking professional advice from a tax advisor. But especially in these changing times, here's an overview so you can go to your accountant with some great questions to ask. So, what are these changes? A recent announcement from the ATO aims to improve the process of claiming work from home expenses, and the new approach has been called the shortcut method. So how does the shortcut method work? From March the 1st until June 30, the ATO will allow people to claim 80 cents for every hour worked from home, as opposed to the old 52-cent rule. First of all, we need to make sure you're eligible. So there's two main things. You need to be working from home to fulfill your employment duties, not just carrying out minimal tasks like checking emails or taking calls. You also need to be incurring additional deductible running expenses as a result from working from home. So while some of us might be saving on petrol and public transport, we're now paying to keep, say, the lights on all day at home, or running heating and cooling, or powering your work tools such as your laptop. So what are some of these differences between the existing method and the new shortcut method? So here's a few. The new 80 cents per hour method is an umbrella method to cover all expenses, including electricity, phone, internet, stationery, rather than needing to calculate costs for those specific expenses. It also covers the decline in value of capital items such as home office furniture or your laptop. If you're working from home with a partner or housemates, you don't need a separate or dedicated area set aside from you to work in order to make a claim under this method. It needs to be noted that the 80 cents per hour is not designed to cover items like tea, coffee, milk, toilet paper, even though your employer previously provided them, or of course any occupancy expenses such as mortgage, interest, or rent or rates. So it also must be noted that you still have the option of claiming using the old 52-cent method if you choose. So how do we get prepared with tax time fast approaching? So first, check your eligibility, as we just explained. Then you need the evidence. Now, to be honest, I have always found tax time a real bore. And it took me years, and I'm still learning of being in business, to set up a system where I was filing records as I go. So I can tell you personally, having to get your records together when you haven't paid it any attention through the year is painful. And I really encourage you to set up a folder where you can be scanning or filing or saving records and documents you need for tax time along the way. Then at tax time, it's simply a matter of sharing the folder with your accountant, and there'll be a sweet relief. I'm sure many of you feel and share my pain. So if you've missed the boat for the 1920 fin year, set up a folder now for the 2021 fin year, so you're good to go when we hit July 1st. Now, good news is that the shortcut method's designed to make giving evidence of your claim simpler. So the ATO simply requires that you need to keep a diary of your hours worked over a monthly period. And you can do this using a notebook, digital calendar, record of your timesheets, etc. So this gives you tangible proof of your hours worked to assist with your claim, and also will help if you're audited for any reason down the track. So if you decide to use the shortcut method for the 1920 financial year, and you're lodging your tax through MyGov or through a tax agent, you also must include the note covered hourly rate in your return. So is there other ways to claim? As I mentioned before, yes, you still can use the ATO's pre-existing fixed hourly rate, and that is calculating the work-related percentage of your actual expenses incurred. So some examples of both methods are included both in the supporting article, the link below this video, and on the ATO and Money Smart websites. So I've also got a great news. We've got a great Q&A session with a fabulous accountant who specializes in supporting women in small business. So if you've got questions you want answered for, please pop them in the comments below and we'll include them in the Q&A next week. So meantime, start getting those records together, at least find a good way to record your hours. And as always, we are wishing you well through this time, and see you next week for our special Q&A with the tax expert. Ciao.